You have 150 yards to the green. You hit an 8 iron, but you've missed the target, and now we're in some greenside rough. What comes next? Chipping is one of the most fundamental aspects of the short game and golf as a whole. Being able to get up and down consistently is where most players lose their strokes of their game. That's why, in this video, on my journey to breaking 90, I have decided to focus on chipping and improve my chipping ability. Short game is probably the most important part of the game when it comes to shaving strokes. When watching professionals, I can't help but be amazed at how precise and technical they can be when utilizing their touch and feel around the green. Players like Ricky Fowler and Tiger Woods are world renowned for their feel around the greens and their ability to get up and down in even the hardest of situations. In terms of my own game, I would say chipping and up and downs are the worst part of my game. As I began playing rounds, I find that I accepted that getting up and down is impossible, and that a bogey or worse would just have to be accepted. Rejecting that idea in my mind in turn made me less confident and led to me never getting up and down throughout my round. For this video, on my journey to breaking 90, I decided on taking a test in order to understand what needed to be done in terms of my short game. For this test, I had chosen 6 different chips that would test my ability to get up and down. First, I had chosen a short fringe shot and the longer one to test my ability on tight lies. I then chose a short rough shot and a long rough shot. And finally, a short and long bunker shot. I had chosen these 6 shots as I believed that these were the shots that I had struggled with most around the greens. I had also chosen these shots due to them constantly coming up throughout the average round. In terms of how I scored the results, I would get 20 points for putting the shot inside 3 feet, 10 for 5 feet, and 5 for inside 10 feet. Anything outside 10 feet would be given 0 points. In the first test, I had scored a 60. This could be improved easily and quickly. In terms of the chips, I had struggled a lot with shots out of the bunker and the rough. However, I was actually quite decent outside the regular fringe and around the green. I believe this is probably due to both a lack of experience and feel and familiarity with the situations. This led to me making a few changes to the technical aspect of my chipping. I first began by familiarizing myself with the fundamentals of chipping. To do this, I began by reviewing my ball position, a crucial aspect when manipulating the height of the chip. For a low, spinning chip, the ball should be placed at the back of my stance. For a medium chip, the ball should be placed around the center. And for a high and spinning chip, I would place the ball at the front of my stance with more of an open face. Secondly, I had also worked on where I centered my body weight. When going for short chips out of the rough and fringe, I placed my weight on the edge of my front foot. This would in turn reduce the chance of me duffing and thinning my chip. This was due to the fact that this weight position would encourage me to use the bounce of the club and decrease my chance of thinning or even duffing my chips.
Once I had practiced those concepts, I retook the test after 2 weeks. I ended up scoring a 70 out of 120. Of course, not a lot of improvement was shown due to the nature of short game. The short game, which is probably the most feel and experience oriented part of the game, is extremely hard to improve upon during a short time period. This is due to the increased amount of variables that present themselves with each chip or putt, which require an immense amount of feel and experience to hit successfully. At the end of the day, however good I get at pitching, chipping, or even driving, it wouldn't mean anything if I couldn't putt. That's why for the next video I will be working on rolling the ball into the hole for those better scores. Also, here's a little update on how I've been scoring. Here's a 91 and even a 90 as I've begun getting closer and closer to shooting those better scores throughout the round of an 18-hole championship golf course. Though till then, see you next time.